we live in countries where the median life expectancy is extremely advanced and growing consistently. I mean, in Italy, the median life expectancy of women is around 85. Men obviously lagging behind, but they've tipped over 80. So, I mean, and I always tell our younger generation of hematology that, I mean, if you've reached the age of 70, your median life expectancy is another 20 years because you're selected to live longer simply because you haven't died before. It's obvious, but people don't think about that. So you can't tell a 75-year-old that you're not going to work him up correctly. This is unacceptable today. And this applies, I mean, acute leukemia maybe a bit less, although I gave an example of one disease where you have to do all the testing. But think about other diseases, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, we have to do all this. So we have to put together accurate diagnosis independent of age, rapid, and a prognostic certification which is based on biology. Then obviously in the choice of treatment, we put all these biological parameters together, plus performance status, comorbidities. But having so many drugs now and so many targeted drugs has changed completely. It's not only chemotherapy, which is not really doable if it's aggressive chemo in the elderly. Now we have a variety of drugs for many conditions. So I think the scenario set is changing dramatically. What is very close to me, and I'm always concerned of this, is that the world is very vast. I mean, you're talking about the lucky few. We're talking informally before of India, or think about China. I mean, two small countries that cover about half of the population of the world. I mean, all these patients in the rural areas of these countries even diagnosed, or they manage appropriately? I don't think so, to be very honest. So these are very practical problems. The Philadelphia positive ALL is an example of a disease where with a simple molecular testing and the pill, we're not giving no intravenous pill, you can control the disease. So I think they're practical examples of how we should be performing, and unfortunately this is becoming very difficult, particularly because the cost of everything, I mean the cost of testing and of drugs is becoming very expensive, so it's becoming a major issue. The bottom line is that if you're wealthy, you're being managed. If you can't afford it, it's going to become very difficult. That is the bottom line.